Good morning to everyone joining from North, Central, and South America.
Good afternoon to all those joining from Europe, Africa, and the Middle East.
Good evening, everyone joining from Oceania and Asia. Welcome to the launch of the pathway Dare to Care. I'm Risa from Mumbai. I'm 14 and I'm in high school at the moment.
I'm Lourdes from Guatemala. I'm a journalist and I work for the United World Project.
I'm Conleth from Ireland. I'm a lawyer and I'm here in Rome working for the United World Project. The United World Project was started by the young people of the Focolare movement in 2012. The project aims to create a common space where people and organisations from all backgrounds and nationalities can come together to contribute to building a more united world.
In the chats, you all have been telling us where you all are from. I see we have people from Brazil and Portugal, from Italy and India, from Japan and Philippines. Wow.
Wow. And we have people participating in 8 languages: English, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Arabic, Korean, Japanese, Hungarian, and French. This is the first time that we as the United World Project have these live translations in all these languages. So, hello everybody and welcome. Hola a todos, ciao, konnichiwa, marhaban, sia, yoboseo, bonjour tout le monde.
Here we are from every corner of the world, but why have we come together today? We are here because we care.
From here in India to Conleth in Italy to Lourdes in Guatemala and everywhere in between, we see a world that needs to be cared for.
We see a world in crisis, a global health crisis, a global economic crisis, a global climate crisis, a global food crisis, a global racism crisis.
To respond to these crises, we need a new style of decision-making. We need a new status quo.
From the smallest decisions we make in our day-to-day interactions to the biggest decisions we make and that are taken by our world leaders, a new perspective is needed. We want that perspective to be care. So today, we are making a global proposal, Dare to Care.
Dare to Care is an ambitious campaign made up of thousands of people from all over the world who want to put care first. To put care first means it should be the first thing we think about in our homes, in our communities, in our politics, and in our daily lives as global citizens.
We say dare to care because to put care first in a world which doesn't takes courage, it takes passions, it takes all of us. We propose that care becomes our compass as we navigate through the series of crisis after crisis that our world faces. But how do we use that compass?
We'll find that out today with stories of care from all over the world, some thoughts from a care expert, music, and of course you, the change makers of Dare to Care.
So a few weeks ago, we asked you all some questions, like what is care for you and what should the world care about? We want to hear from you during our launch today. One of our focuses this year is participation. So let's start now. Are you ready?
So if you are on your laptop or computer, open a new tab, or if you have another device, type in the browser menti.com. So on menti.com, insert the code 812396. 812396.
Now on menti.com, you'll find a screen that asks you a question. What is care for you? Let's take some time to think about that question. Let's watch a video of those who've already answered the question for us. And when you're ready, share your word or phrase with us. What is care for you? And on the left of the screen, your answers will appear and we'll be able to watch them now. Let's go with the video.
Care for me is putting myself in the shoes of the others and doing something concrete to help. knowing right things. If we don't know right things, we cannot make the world a better place.
And care for me is a sensation or a feeling deep inside your heart that urges you to do something for the others.
I think that caring is about putting the attention in the next generations.
Care is thinking about the others.
Care for me is to cover all the needs that a person has for the well-being.
To live a universal brotherhood.
For me, care is to protect the human rights and human dignity of each and every person here on Earth.
For me, care is about facilitating well-being. It's psychological, physical, and it is, first of all, to provide for the needs, starting naturally from the fundamental ones.
A good example of care is mother's love, which may sometimes be strict, but is always for the best.
I think world should care more about the people who is in the bigger needs.
As an architect, I care about creating sustainable projects.
I think our world should care of its children. Only when children are happy can our society create a happy future.
The world should care about businesses pillaging the earth. Businesses should not be given licenses if they pollute the environment.
I think the world should care more about is to create laws and make the people abide the law to protect those who are weak and those who are in need.
The world should learn how to care about the world itself. Without fear, without anger, without pride, without judgment, without discrimination. We should care selflessly for Mother Nature and all the living beings that come with it.
You've been sharing some really interesting thoughts with us. I think we can see a bit bigger on the screen now some of the themes that are running through. What do you think, Riza and Lourdes?
Wow, I think I love your answers. Empathy, love, and of course our idol, Chiara Lubick. Happiness and protection. I love your answers.
I can see in Spanish, responsabilidad, responsibility, let's see, love, helping. Yeah, I love how the word care has a wide range to work in it.
And that's a bit of what we want to explore, I think, today. All of these, like, there's so many answers there. And this care is something that's really, really big. We want to explore that a lot more in these days. We'll be able to share this image with you afterwards as well.
And now to see this care in action, we go to Manila.
Yes, Dare to Care. This is what happened in Manila, Philippines, in a project that involved researchers, a university, and a neighborhood community. Conleth interviewed Choye Loli Font, who teaches architecture at De La Salle University in Manila. Together with her students, she set up a project to clean up the Pasig River from garbage. The partners at the center of this project are the people who live on the banks of the river.
We're now joined by Lolly Funk, an architect from Manila, who is going to tell us about her project, the Estero Pavilion Project. Hi, Lolly. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Lolly, could you tell us, how did the project start and how did the community respond?
Okay, the school where I teach is right in the heart of Manila, where there are a lot of urban poor. These are the lost, the last, and the least. We wanted a problem that you can work on so that it's clearly the problem of the community throwing garbage into the open sewerage. In the beginning, the people were not very cooperative because, of course, like any relationship, there was a lack of trust. But then later on, the friendship continued and constant dialogue with them promised to have us work together. And so we saw their aspirations and their needs. And so as part of the academy, we saw the need to document this. And so we tried to find a way that if they would be able to take advantage of this pavilion as a public space, they will create relationships with one another, and then perhaps learn how to create a relationship also with the environment. And it seems like it's working, but then there's still a lot of work to be done. But we hope it continues.
The power of public spaces. How do you educate your people not to throw garbage into the creek? This has been cause of our desperation and inspiration. An open sewerage for Metro Manila, there are illegal settlements beside it, and they throw garbage into it. It runs through the area near our school, and for some years now, we have been studying how we can help in educating our people to respect the environment and throw their solid wastes properly. About 2 years ago, students and faculty contributed to research and design in finding a solution that will include the communities. Where there is no relationship, it is easy to experience animosity. With the environment, this is the case. We found 2 footbridges where people spend time hanging out, eating, and talking with their neighbors while their children play. So we designed a bamboo pavilion, which is an extension of the footbridges. The installation has been an initial test of the design. The reaction and involvement of the community has been priceless. Public spaces shared by the community will teach them to respect one another and share. With a continuous rapport with the community, we look forward to more positive responses to the relationships that are being built with one another and with the environment.
Continues.
And can you tell us from your experience, is politics something only for politicians, or is it something that everyone can care about?
Yeah, because of our experience here in the Philippines, many of us do not really like politics because it has brought about a negative connotation. But as time went by, we saw that politics is actually the management of the relationship among the different types of people. And if this concerns the community, then it is very important in arriving at agreements for the common good. So here, the politics has become for us as a way to see the dynamics of the relationship of the people in society, or any groups of people for that matter. Everyone needs to be involved because in the end, if it is spaces, goods, materials, the air and the environment that we share, then it's something that we have to participate in. Because we're all connected, and with all the challenges we have, we need to work together in finding ways to coexist and make it a better world for everyone. So politics becomes the greatest love of all, I would say.
Thanks so much for all the work that you're doing there, and let's continue to work there for this pathway Dare to Care. Thanks, Loli.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Another story, another continent. We cross the Pacific Ocean from the Philippines to Chile, the thin country in the southern cone, where Dare to Care means to take care of the planet. Over to you, Javier.
Hola, soy Javier de Chile y hace 2 años recibí junto con otros compañeros y compañeras la invitación a participar de un taller llamado Accionadores, organizado por Concausa, que es una iniciativa de América Solidaria, donde nos enseñaron cómo crear un proyecto que apunte a los objetivos de desarrollo sostenible. Junto con unos amigos y unas amigas creamos el proyecto Ecoeducación, el cual tiene como objetivo concientizar sobre las problemáticas ambientales. También nos basamos en una economía circular y las 3 R, reducir, reutilizar y reciclar, con los cuales hacemos nuestras acciones concretas. Por ejemplo, los econtenedores, los cuales están hechos de material reutilizado, en este caso el Tetra Pak. Esto los ponemos en distintas salas de clases, en los cuales separamos los distintos tipos de residuos que más se botan en nuestro colegio. Por ejemplo, las botellas plásticas, los envoltorios plásticos, el papel y el Tetra Pak. Las botellas plásticas y los envoltorios plásticos los usamos para hacer ecoladrillos. Y también las botellas plásticas las usamos para recoger colillas de cigarrillo. Nuestro proyecto fue seleccionado entre varios otros proyectos para representar a Chile en el Encuentro Continental Concausa, donde conocí gente de todo el continente y sus distintas realidades. Además de aprender a trabajar en equipo, aprender sobre gestión de proyectos y más aún sobre desarrollo sostenible. El evento cerró con la presentación de nuestros proyectos en la sede de la ONU en Chile, la CEPAL. Hoy en día sigo trabajando con Concausa en la iniciativa 1000 Acciones por un Cambio, la cual tiene como objetivo que los adolescentes de Latinoamérica generen 1000 acciones en contra del cambio climático. También en este tiempo de confinamiento he estado en reuniones con distintas organizaciones ambientales promovidas por jóvenes, para que juntos los jóvenes salvemos el planeta.
Thanks, Javier. Now we have a question for you. What does Dare to Care have to do with politics? Our founder, Clara Lubick, said that politics has a true vocation in each person, born of the circumstance, perhaps inspired by a social need, by a minority group who needs help, by a violated human right, or by the desire to do something good for their city or nation. The question is this still valid today? Javier, Cristina, and Francesek answer this question for us.
Buenos días para todos y todas en el mundo. Soy Javier Vaquero, soy de Bogotá, Colombia. Trabajo para la alcaldía de Bogotá.
František, talíř, ze Zubčic v České republice, aktivní v politice na regionální úrovni.
Hi, my name is Cristina Guarda, and I come from Italy. And over the last 5 years, I have been also a politician.
Yo desde que tengo 13 años he trabajado en política, desde los 18 formalmente en el gobierno, y he trabajado con personas que son íntegras, que tienen la capacidad de enfrentar la corrupción, que son transparentes. Así que posiblemente hay corruptos, pero son pocos también.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I feel disgust observing the hate created by some politicians, the conspiracy of silence, the laziness or deafness in front of some complex problems. But for this reason, I and we must act and do our best.
Politika není špatná sama o sobě. Politika je taková, jakou ji lidé sami tvoří. A ti lidé mohou být buď dobří nebo špatní, proto je potřeba, aby do politiky přicházeli noví lidé, kteří se snaží dělat ji jak nejlépe jen umějí.
Para mí el principio más importante para hacer política es el servicio, porque uno pone sus conocimientos, capacidades, profesión al servicio de una sociedad, de la humanidad, del planeta, y lo pone no solo, lo pone junto a otras personas. Así que el servicio, una actitud de servicio para responder a las necesidades de una sociedad es el principio que debería regir a todo político.
In my politic action, I want to express my intense love for the others, doing my best to help them living better, lighten their concerns, and giving them all the tools to realize their lives as they dream.
Služba. Ta si myslím, že shrnuje opravdu všechno. Brát politiku jako službu mi poradil papež František, když jsme se před rokem a půl setkali, a věřím, že to je právě to vodítko, jak lze dělat politiku dobře, jak lze skutečně lidem sloužit.
Dare to Care significa primero sentir, estar cerca de los problemas de mi ciudad, pero no solo eso, es pensar y construir políticas públicas para resolver esos problemas.
Klíčový je ten úmysl. Buď dělám politiku proto, abych obohacoval sám sebe, anebo dělám politiku proto, abych právě sloužil druhým. A při každém rozhodnutí, i velkém, i malém, si mohu vybrat. Jde primárně o mě, nebo jde o druhé. A když jde o druhé, tak je to na správné cestě.
Challenging myself to remain coherent and to serve the other, forgetting about my future, because what counts is our common future.
Javier, Cristina, and Francesek form part of the MPPU network of politicians all over the world. MPPU is the Italian abbreviation for Politics for Unity Movement. They are the principal partners of this year's pathway, Dare to Care. Today, they are launching their new website. Have a look at their really interesting story and how you can get involved. Let's see.
We're witnessing a period of great changes, transformations and contradictions.
that can open up new ways to seek for the common good, putting care at the top of the local and global political agenda. That's why it is important to create networks, to think and act in favor of good and common goods, of caring for all. We're launching the New Politics for United Movement website, a platform for the expressions of the culture of unity in politics, for the promotion of actions and training processes that support, nurture and foster the dare to care. Visit the website, A Policy for Unity. Let us dare to care together.
Será un viaje con dificultad en su vida. Es lo que dicen todos. Cuentas corrientes, bancos, credit cards, sirve un poco ya. El amor más bien será el nuevo capital. Nuestra llave que abrirá, ya verás, todo el infinito. Viviré, cantaré, siempre lo diré, que este viaje nos separa en su destino. Viviré, cantaré, siempre lo diré, que el amor nunca nos separa en su destino. Solos en el amor, un pueblo vive y va caminando. Es un pueblo inmenso que jamás se detendrá. Todo el mundo abrazará, ya verá, todo el infinito. Cantaré, siempre separa en su destino. Viviré, cantaré, siempre lo diré, que el amor nunca nos separa en su destino. Que este viaje nos separa y el amor nunca separa. Que este viaje nos separa y el amor nunca separa.
And before we continue with the program, I have to say, if you are following us on Zoom and you want to hear the program in another language, please remember that in the bottom you have a button that says interpretation. Please choose your language. Si quieren escuchar esta traducción en español, por favor, si nos siguen en Zoom, recuerden que hay un botón que se llama interpretación y ahí deben escoger español. Se volete ascoltare la traduzione all'italiano, per favore dovete scegliere il tedesco. Lì troverete la traduzione al tedesco. Okay, and now we continue with the program. We have just listened to Nunca Solos, Never Alone, a song that reminds us that the road is steep, but together we are strong if we care for one another. This is one of the latest pieces from Mosaico, a Spanish band that's part of the project Strength Without Violence, a project for children and young people who uses workshops in music, theater, percussion, lighting, and design to convey the values of non-violence, peace, and dialogue. These two is Dare to Care. You have been sharing your impressions, thoughts, and comments on YouTube and on Zoom. We wanted to share them with all of you. So let me read just some comments. From Roberto Di Pietro, care is love, the only thing, absolutely the only thing that makes a person really happy. Ricardo Spinetta de Mar del Plata, Argentina, dice, trato de reciclar la basura, hago compost. Rosiris Kruger from Campinas, so happy to be with you, believing that a new world is already in front of us, and together we can bring this reality ahead. Matilde, che invia saluti anche. Lolly Funk, the United World Project is making waves. It is an idea whose time has come. All my unity from Manila, Philippines. Thank you very much for your comments. And now over to our correspondent, Melissa from Brazil, who is joined by someone who has made care her research focus for over 30 years. To you, Melissa.
Ciao a tutte e tutti, siamo qui con la professoressa Elena Polcini, ordinaria di Filosofia Sociale presso il Dipartimento di Filosofia dell'Università di Firenze. Benvenuta professoressa, grazie di essere qui con noi oggi.
Grazie a voi, con piacere.
Ecco, allora, per molti anni lei si è dedicata a questo tema della cura come ricercatrice. Questa esperienza di pandemia che stiamo vivendo, che impatto ha avuto sulla sua visione della cura?
Allora, a me sembra che sia emersa soprattutto una immagine di cura come assistenza, no? Pensiamo a tutto appunto il personale medico, sanitario, se ne è parlato moltissimo e così via, e questo ha risvegliato, devo dire, anche elementi positivi, no? Cioè passioni un po' dimenticate come la gratitudine, per esempio, no? Oppure la compassione, oppure ancora, cosa forse più importante, il sentimento della nostra vulnerabilità. Tutto questo è stato positivo perché ce n'è molto bisogno, diciamo, no? C'è bisogno di risvegliare quelle che io chiamo le passioni empatiche. Però allo stesso tempo la cura è rimasta un po' chiusa dentro una accezione essenzialmente assistenziale, quella che in inglese si chiama cure, no? E non care. Allora il mio invito è: la cura deve essere soprattutto care, e questo vuol dire che la cura deve diventare una forma di vita. Noi la dobbiamo considerare l'applicazione pratica del principio responsabilità, cioè quello che noi facciamo dal momento in cui riconosciamo la nostra responsabilità. Dunque è impegno pratico, è quotidianità, ed è infine partecipazione emotiva, perché non c'è buona cura senza un coinvolgimento di tipo emotivo e di tipo affettivo.
A noi piace sognare una società in cui la cura sia l'asse portante dei sistemi politici, locali e globali. Secondo lei è utopia oppure realizzabile?
Allora, sicuramente appunto la cura significa rispondere a, no? E in questo caso si collega al concetto di all'idea di responsabilità, cioè vuol dire rendersi conto dell'esistenza dell'altro. E dal momento in cui mi rendo conto dell'esistenza dell'altro e non sono chiusa dentro il mio, diciamo, individualismo, tutto questo produce cose, no? Produce cose perché di fatto rendersi conto dell'esistenza dell'altro significa recuperare una capacità che noi abbiamo dentro di noi, che è l'empatia. Empatia vuol dire mettersi nei panni dell'altro. È una capacità che noi abbiamo ignorato, che abbiamo trascurato e che adesso è davvero il momento, diciamo, di far emergere, perché è dentro di noi. Il problema, diciamo, la domanda che io mi sono posta e continuo a pormi è: ma chi è l'altro oggi? No? Credo che questa in questo momento sia una domanda importante, perché per l'appunto stanno emergendo ormai da tempo nuove figure dell'altro, perlomeno nuove figure di quello che noi consideriamo l'altro significativo per noi, perché tutto è cambiato, perché tutto sta cambiando e siamo di fronte a sfide globali. Allora l'altro oggi è anche il diverso, l'altro sono anche le generazioni future, L'altro, mi spingo fino a dire, oggi è la natura, l'ambiente, terra che ci ospita. Dunque la cura diventa davvero la risposta complessiva alle grandi sfide del nostro tempo, se noi la sappiamo cogliere e se noi la sappiamo ritrovare attraverso questa capacità empatica di relazionarsi all'altro. Dunque io non so se sia davvero realizzabile, ma penso che non possiamo perdere la prospettiva utopica. Io credo che senza ideologia, ma dobbiamo conservare un atteggiamento anche utopico, e questo vuol dire che non basta la responsabilità, c'è bisogno anche di coltivare la speranza.
Bellissimo, bellissimo. Allora, quali suggerimenti può darci per agire in tal senso e orientare alla cura le nostre società, a partire dalle istituzioni?
Sì, allora io credo che dobbiamo agire in tutti i luoghi in cui noi operiamo per far uscire la cura dall'ambito ristretto della sfera privata, in cui è stata confinata per secoli e, come ormai ben sappiamo, identificata con le donne, che però sono state penalizzate perché sono state chiuse nel privato. Quindi bisogna far uscire la cura dalla sfera privata. Io mi devo pensare come un soggetto di cura nella mia famiglia, nella mia professione di docente, quando incontro il povero e l'emarginato nella strada, o quando vado a fare il bagno su una spiaggia, in una spiaggia devo prendermi cura di tutte le mie dimensioni, il che non vuol dire essere soggetti di cura 24 ore su 24, perché questo sarebbe insostenibile. Noi non dobbiamo sentirci costretti alla cura, dobbiamo sentirci spinti alla cura, e dunque vuol dire adottare la cura come una forma di vita, cioè qualcosa che è capace davvero di interrompere questa spirale perversa, questa deriva del nostro individualismo illimitato, che ci sta portando non solo all'autodistruzione dell'umanità, ma alla distruzione del mondo vivente. Questo sarebbe veramente un gran peccato, mettiamola così. Dunque dobbiamo cercare di rispondere con la cura alle patologie delle nostre società. Il che vuol dire, in una parola, educare la democrazia. Io ho molto amato un filosofo dell'Ottocento che secondo me è insuperato su questo, che si chiama Alexis de Tocqueville, il quale diceva: dobbiamo educare la democrazia. È una lezione ancora tutta da imparare, e credo che questo significhi coltivare le proprie emozioni empatiche in modo appunto da essere spinti, stimolati, portati alla cura con piacere, con gratificazione, non con costrizione.
Bellissimo, perfetto. Grazie professoressa della sua profondità. E si vede che stiamo intraprendendo un percorso che può portare un nuovo stile di vita, un nuovo orientamento culturale al mondo. Auguriamoci di riuscirci. Allora, grazie mille professoressa.
È quello che speriamo, ok? E tanti auguri per il vostro progetto.
Grazie mille, grazie mille.
Now, another story that comes from Europe, from Germany, and a project of real participation of young people. Chiara, our correspondent, tells us about it.
Junge Menschen unserer Welt, schließt euch zusammen und werdet laut.
Wir sind jung, wir sind viele, wir sind frustriert.
Unsere Meinung wird abgewertet und nicht ernst genommen.
Wir dürfen nicht auf Augenhöhe mitentscheiden.
Wir sollen uns anpassen. Unsere Zukunft wird von anderen bestimmt.
Das ist Adultismus.
Wir haben keine Zeit für eure sogenannte Jugendbeteiligung.
Wir sehen nicht nur gut auf Fotos aus.
Entscheidungen müssen mit uns getroffen werden.
Unsere Meinung muss gleichberechtigt mit einbezogen werden.
Unterschiedlichkeit ist unsere Stärke.
Beteiligung beginnt da, wo ihr uns ernst nehmt.
Deswegen schaffen wir eine Plattform, den Youth Think Tank.
Dort werden Meinungen junger Menschen laut.
Wir reden nicht nur, sondern wir machen.
Das zu leben ist Basis für freies Denken, Unabhängigkeit und Kreativität.
Wir werden
recherchieren, demonstrieren,
aktivieren, mobilisieren,
irritieren
und was es sonst noch braucht,
bis ihr uns ernst nehmt.
Wir kämpfen für Gerechtigkeit,
für die Gleichberechtigung unserer Meinungen in der Welt.
So verändern wir unsere Gesellschaft. Wir träumen von einer Welt, in der es nicht mehr heißt:
Werdet erstmal erwachsen oder das wirst du noch verstehen.
Glaubt nicht zu wissen, was wir denken.
Wir haben eigene Ideen und Perspektiven für unser aller Zukunft.
Hey, I'm Chiara from the United Work Project. In my hometown in Germany, we have a really interesting project going on. So I asked them some questions and they responded for us on their Instagram stories. You're members of the Youth Think Tank, Youth Participation Project in Heidelberg in southern Germany. I'm curious to get to know how you experience CARE and its role in politics. But first, Mia, tell me, what is the Youth Think Tank all about?
The Youth Think Tank is a group of young people who created a platform to collect and discuss matters that particularly affect the youth. The world our generation will have to live in is created and influenced by adults. We will have to face the consequences of their mistakes, and that's the issue we try to take action against. But what does taking care mean when it comes to youth participation?
Young people make up a large group in our society that often doesn't feel represented by established politics, but they can offer new, different, and unconventional views and opinions on upcoming challenges. Now, taking care means truthfully and effectively respecting and hearing their views and considering them when making new decisions and policies. In order for young people to build trust in politics and to be motivated to vote, our society needs to share and respect their values and perspectives. Nick, how has the COVID-19 pandemic made it evident for you that the need of youth participation is necessary in our society?
Most schools implemented coronavirus containment measures without consulting its students about the best course of action, even though most young people behaved very responsibly and understood the gravity of the situation. In a survey of our members, not a single one was consulted in any way by their school. Also, as lockdown measures were eased, schools in other places important for young people were among the last places to reopen.
Thank you to Mia, Eunice and Nick from the Youth Think Tank in Heidelberg. It was a pleasure. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Today is World Refugee Day. Anita from the United World Project spoke to Dr. Pietro Bartolo, about his experience of cure and care for refugees. For over 30 years, he's taken care of about more than 350,000 refugees who've arrived to the coast of Lampedusa, a small Italian island in the centre of the Mediterranean Sea. Now he represents Italy as an MEP, a member of the European Parliament, where he is the Vice President of the Committee on Home Affairs, Justice and Civil Liberties. Anita asked him about his move from doctor to politician, and now we're going to listen to his answer.
Io ti devo dire la verità, per me è stata dura, sai, fare questa scelta è stata molto dura, perché io preferisco fare il medico. Sai quante volte ho messo in dubbio anche tutto quello che facevo, perché a volte pensavo, dico, ma è possibile che la gente non si muove? È possibile che chi deve fare qualcosa non fa nulla? E a volte dicevo, basta, non ne voglio sapere più niente. Poi ci riflettevo ovviamente, magari dicevo, sai Pietro, vedrai che fra un mese cambia tutto, invece non è cambiato nulla. E allora, ecco, mi sentivo in colpa per questo, e allora ho cercato di andare oltre, di fare ancora di più di quello che, perché mi sentivo, dico, ma può darsi che io non faccio tutto quello che è giusto fare. Ed ecco anche la mia decisione di entrare in politica, di andare al Parlamento europeo, dove oggi sono, dove mi sto battendo con tutte le mie forze, insieme con i miei collaboratori, ma anche con altri colleghi deputati che sono particolarmente sensibili, soprattutto in Commissione Libe, che è la commissione dove si occupa di questo fenomeno della migrazione, e mi manca la mia isola, ovviamente, la mia famiglia, ovviamente, però era una scelta dettata dal senso di responsabilità di quella persona, di quel medico che ha vissuto quell'esperienza così drammatica, così dura, e quindi ho scelto questa strada perché credo nella politica, nella vera politica, quella che è servizio, la politica, quella con la P maiuscola, qualcuno dice, io penso che la politica è qualcosa di nobile, di molto nobile. Non è quella che qualcuno dice una schifezza, quella non è politica, quella è un'altra cosa. E quindi io credo che attraverso la politica si devono dare le risposte, perché è la politica che deve dire se chiudere i porti o aprirli, è la politica che deve dire se accettarli o non accettarli. Quindi insieme sicuramente si può vivere, insieme si può crescere, insieme si può, ma dobbiamo farlo con intelligenza, dobbiamo farlo non trattandoli da schiavi, come succede oggi, nella clandestinità, nell'invisibilità, che questo fa male a loro, ma fa male anche a noi. Quindi ovviamente io penso spesso, dico, lo dobbiamo fare l'Europa, l'Italia deve essere più solidale, tra l'altro sono i principi su cui si è basata l'Europa, ma io penso che a volte non è una questione di solidarietà o di buonismo, è una questione di opportunità, è una questione anche di, come dire, di diritti umani,
Thank you, Pietro, for that powerful sharing. I think it perfectly encapsulates what it means to put care at the centre of politics. And I really hope that today this inspires many of us to do exactly the same thing in this campaign, to put care at the centre of our local communities, at the centre of our families, at the centre of our politics, and at the centre of our lives as global citizens. The full interview with Anita and Pietro will be put on the United World Project website and our YouTube channel soon.
And now we tell you the story of an experience that we at United World Project hold very dear in our hearts, and that we have followed since it started. To discover it, let's go to Africa. The floor is yours, Lourdes and Ado.
Thank you very much, Riza. And right now I am with Adelard. He's from Burundi. Thank you, Adel, for being with us today. We're going to speak a little bit about Together for a New Africa. So, first of all, what is it?
Together for New Africa, thank you very much, Lourdes. Together for New Africa is a project that aims to empower young generation in Africa to face the challenges that are hitting the continent. These challenges can be an occasion of failure, but if you face it, can also be an opportunity to grow and have a great development. For that's why we are having trainings and mentoring and networking and also having an experience of togetherness to promote a culture of unity that African is needed.
This is such an amazing project. How did it start?
Well, the project started from the experience African students were having at Sofia in Lopiano. So this kind of experience that was a kind of experience that really put in the light dialogue made this African student not be indifferent to what is needed in their communities. That's why they decided to think of what can they bring back home when they are going back. And they decided to start with a new kind of thinking education through training to think and rethink about leadership in Africa.
And last but not least, for you young leaders in Africa, what does it mean to dare to care in politics?
Well, I would say dare to care for us young Africans, it means to open eyes and see our societies, the need of our communities, and act accordingly. Our goal is that young people in Africa become the opportunity of development of the continent. We are convinced that we are the one to create the Africa that we want to live in today and tomorrow. And for us, we want to have this task and be the protagonist of a new kind of leadership that is responsible, a leadership that is able to heal wounds of the past and able to bridge to build bridges between generation, cultures, traditions, and so on.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing with us this inspiring project. Thank you, Ada.
Thank you very much, Lourdes.
Together, we've traveled the world today, hearing ideas about care, seeing care in action, in communities, in politics, and among citizens across the world. But now, we need to hear from you. So, we have a question for you. How will I dare to care? On Mentimeter, share your ideas with us. A word or a phrase that shows your commitment to this campaign.
How will I dare to care? The number is on the screen. Go to menti.com and insert 812396 and tell us. If you are on Zoom, you can raise your hand and tell us a quick idea. We can promote you to be a panelist and you can share with us this idea live.
These ideas can help us help each other in this campaign. We can inspire each other, give each other ideas on what we can do to really do something about this Dare to Care proposal. We'll come back to the Mentimeter ideas in just a minute.
But we also need to care, right, Lourdes? So
Yes.
how are you going to dare to care?
I will dare to care as a journalist with the information I bring and be alert that also in the media, no one is left behind. What about you, Conleth?
Soon I'm going to be returning back to Ireland, and there I'll try and build a team who really want to put care at the centre of our communities, because by doing that, I think we'll be able to change the political agenda. What about you, Risa, there in Mumbai? What's your Dare to Care idea?
I will dare to care by loving anyone and everyone who comes into my life, like the folklore movement has always taught me to do. So I can see some people have raised their hand on the Zoom call. So let's try and hear from them live. So who do we have here?
We have Clara first. She has raised her hand. I think she's trying to join us now. Clara, are you there? Clara has arrived. Yes, Clara, could you turn on your microphone and turn on your camera, please?
And
And
hello.
here we are. Clara, and someone's with you.
Yeah, I brought my friend Saide with me.
And where are you at the minute?
So we in Belgium, we are thinking about concentrating this year on the politics because we feel that we should start caring about what they do, how they care or not care about the people, the poor, the lonely people. Yeah, especially here in Brussels, we have also the opportunity to not only care about the Belgian politics, but also about European politics. What do they do for us? Why should we pro-Europe? And we should like to share this with all of you. So this year, we are also lucky to welcome you at the end for the international events to conclude this United World Week in 2021 in Brussels. So can't wait to welcome all of you. So hopefully see you soon.
Thank you. See you there.
Thank you. I think there's someone else who's just joined us. Juliana, are you there?
Hi guys, I'm here.
Where are you from?
How are you, Conleth? I'm from Brazil. So
Whereabouts?
here we are forming a group of young politicians or enthusiasts, and we are going to launch the Dare to Care in our cities. So we're going to lead the co-governance project here. We're very excited.
Great. We look forward to hearing more about it.
Okay, later we will let you know.
Thanks, Juliana.
Thank you.
Have we got anyone else or any new ideas?
You can do it also in Spanish, Italian, French.
Let's see.
Okay.
We had an idea that came from two children in the Philippines. Isn't that right, Lourdes?
Yes. Therese and Francis Joyce are kids from the Philippines, and they sent us what are they going to do. So let's have a listen.
We are going to do the To Care Kid Citizens Project with kids from all over the world.
We care about families, our communities, and our planet.
We are going to do our part. So join us.
Thanks so much, Therese and Francis, for that really cool project, and we can't wait to hear more about it. Today we're connected from 88 different countries, and I think in the meantime, as we had some connections, we brought some people, or you were sharing your ideas on Mentimeter. Now, should we have a look at them and see what we think? So we see something from Mumbai there. For maybe your friends, Risa.
Wow, many ideas.
I see people eager to commit to this.
I would like to limit the polarization at the least in my closest environment. Let's read.
Giving voice to young people and adults together. I like that answer.
Vivir la empatía. Live empathy.
Some people working with teenagers and children. Also, some people working to empower young people.
Encouraging young people and not taking things for granted.
There's a really interesting idea here. The key of care is unity. When we thought about this Dare to Care, we're the United World Project, we want to build a more united world. And it's so interesting to see that if we are a world that cares more, I think we can be a world more united. It's a real step towards a more united world, which I think is really interesting.
Sure. Let's read some other comments.
Unconditional love. I like that.
Informándome bien, enseñar en el cuidado, in Spanish. Keep alive the positive things that have come out of the pandemic. Care for neighborhoods, appreciation of care workers, supermarket staff.
Someone who's going to call people more often. Very practical way of living care in their. Someone's going to clean their house. I could maybe do with living that one a bit more.
So can I.
Non risparmiare energie per trasformare il mondo fino a dare la mia vita.
There's a few people who have talked about working with and having care for the indigenous populations of many countries as well. It's a really interesting and powerful way of living Dare to Care. Afterwards, let's share all of these ideas with everybody, because I just can imagine the impact that we can have if we can really try and put these ideas into action.
Yeah, there are a lot of ideas. Well, you have really inspired us, but how do we turn these ideas into reality? Where do we go from here? What are we actually going to do? We're going to take 3 steps: learn, act, and share. But what does this mean?
So number 1 is learning. Learn is about thinking how we can put Dare to Care into practice, cool ideas and thoughts with this and what we can do. So we want to learn how to introduce new ideas, agenda-changing ideas. We will put care first through concrete projects, but also well thought out and new ideas.
A team of experts are going to help us. Every 2 months, they're going to launch a new area for us to think about and act on. Next month, we're going to start with care, and then we're going to look at how to listen and dialogue, how to work for equity and equality, how to participate and co-govern, how to serve the common good and work for fraternity, and how to protect the planet.
There'll be video lessons, webinars, kits to do workshops locally, materials to explore this all further. All of these will be available on unitedworldproject.org. We'll be starting these in early July and we'll let you all know.
The whole point of learning is to put it into action. So step 2, act. It's going to be about our local communities to see where and how we can put into action what we learn. It's about acting locally, but with an eye on what's happening globally.
We are building a Dare to Care in My City action plan, where we are going to ask people from all over the world to share ideas on how you can actually dare to care in your local area. You've heard from children like Therese and Francis Joyce and the Kids Citizens Programme. We also have teenagers like Javier who are acting in their city on the Colour Your City programme.
Starting today, let's think about how we can really act in our local area. Build our team, look at the needs of the community, and then choose the most appropriate action. We need to start acting today.
And then the final step, step 3, is sharing. Let's share what we're doing, but where? So at the United World Project website, www.unitedworldproject.org, and on all our social media channels where we use the hashtag Dare to Care. We need you to share what you are doing with us so that we can share it with the world. Do this on the website. You can also spread the word in your local communities. Let others know about the project and let's build it together.
There will be lots of articles about Dare to Care on the United World Project website. We'll be traveling all over the world via Zoom and telephone calls to try and work out what is happening, how people are trying to put care first, locally and globally.
We'll be sharing a webinar series, podcasts, videos, and much, much more. Get in touch with us on our Facebook page, on our Twitter, on our Instagram page. Follow us today if you haven't already, or email us at pathways@unitedworldproject.org.
So we've reached the end now, right?
No, this is just the beginning.
You're absolutely right, Lourdes. And let's start by saying thank you. Thank you to all those who've listened, the Dare to Care changemakers. A very big thank you to our heroic translators. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to have a voice all over the world today. To those who've sent ideas and videos, to everybody, a big, big thank you.
See you all very soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Care. From the youngest to the oldest, we've given care and we've received it.
COVID-19 has shown us just how much we've needed it.
How much care matters. How much it brings us together.
Now we have an opportunity to change things. An opportunity to put care at the center of that change.
At the center of our day-to-day interactions.
At the center of our communities.
At the center of our politics.
At the center of our global citizenship.
A world which cares more will be a world more united.
Join our campaign. Join our pathway.
Together, let's dare to care.